There's a strange pattern you start to notice in life. The people who make the biggest transformations rarely do it loudly. They don't announce it. They don't post every step. One day, they're just gone. Less active, less visible, quieter. And then months later, they reappear, and something about them feels different. Sharper, calmer, more confident. Almost like they rebuilt themselves in private. Transformation doesn't happen in public. It happens in private, in silence, in moments that look boring from the outside. There's actually a psychological principle called deep work, which shows that intense, distraction-free focus can dramatically accelerate skill building and mental growth. In simple terms, when nobody sees you grinding, that's usually when the real progress happens. The first step to disappearing is not running away from the world. It's reducing noise. Most people are drowning in notifications, opinions, and endless scrolling. Your brain never gets a chance to think clearly. Studies on attention show that every time you switch tasks, like checking your phone while working, it can take several minutes for your focus to fully recover. Now imagine doing that 50 times a day. No wonder people feel stuck. So disappearing begins with creating space. Less social media, less unnecessary conversations, less reacting to everything happening around you. Think of it like cleaning a messy room. You're not becoming antisocial, you're becoming intentional. And honestly, half the things we think are urgent today won't even matter next week. That argument in the comments section? Yeah, history will not remember it. The second step is deciding who you're becoming. This is where most people get it wrong. They focus on what they want to have instead of who they need to be. Want to be confident? Start acting like someone who respects their own word. Want to be financially stable? Start thinking like someone who values long-term decisions over short-term comfort. Identity always comes before results. The mind moves first. Reality follows. There's an interesting psychological effect called cognitive dissonance. It basically means your brain hates inconsistency. If you start behaving like a disciplined person, even in small ways, your mind will slowly reshape your identity to match your actions. That's why tiny habits matter. Reading 10 pages a day sounds small until it becomes 12 books in 6 months. Small actions compound quietly, like interest in a bank account, but for your life. The third step is learning to be comfortable with being misunderstood. When you start disappearing, some people will think you're distant. Some will say you've changed, and they're right, you have. But here's the thing. Every level of growth requires letting go of a version of yourself that other people were comfortable with. Transformation is rarely convenient for the people watching. And let's be honest, staying the same is easier. It's comfortable. It's familiar. But comfort has a hidden cost. 6 months of comfort can turn into 6 years before you even realize it. Time moves fast when nothing changes. Another powerful part of transformation is building momentum. Motivation is overrated. It comes and goes like the weather. Systems are what actually change people. Wake up at the same time. Train your body. Feed your mind. Do the work even on the days you don't feel like it, especially on those days. Because discipline isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. And here's something funny but true. The version of you 6 months from now is watching you right now, hoping you don't quit, hoping you don't hit snooze again, hoping you don't say, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow is the most crowded day in the world. Everyone lives there. If you really want to disappear and transform, remember this. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to post about it. You don't need to explain it. Just start. Quietly, patiently, relentlessly. And one day, people will look at you and say, "You've changed." And you'll just smile, because they have no idea how much work happened in the silence.